So just see this problem. This is the problem that I gave you all for solving. Now the thing is, as I told, this can be solved by this easy method also, as well as you can go for detailing also. Here I have just converted the circuit, means for this circuit of the original circuit that you see, which has two supply voltages. One is 15 volt and another is 22 volt. So these two are the voltages along with which there are resistance in series 47 ohm and 150 ohm. So we can convert that into this equivalent circuit where we just make the series resistances. As these two are in series, we can add up the resistances, and as the voltages are in the same, means the polarities are only to be subtracted, and the positions of the polarities, addition and subtraction, with plus and minus voltages are in the same, so they will actually be minus, means or subtraction of each other, so that we get till this circuit. Has anyone any confusion? This conversion is clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I would like you all to tell that, please take the problems in your copy, exercise books, notebooks, whatever you have. Write down whatever is going on in the class. Okay, so this is actually our conversion of the circuit. Now, why this conversion is done? Because the circuit basically has two series resistances, so we can add up them. If we can actually make the equivalent circuit out of one voltage source and the resistances also as one equivalent resistance, then we can calculate the current, because in series the currents are same current flows. So if the same current flows, then only that current will flow through the 150 ohm resistance, and if 150 ohm resistance same current flows, then I, if we determine using the equivalent circuit, then only we can actually multiply the resistance with the current and find the voltage drop across 150 ohm. Am I audible and visible this video?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
so I
ma'am.
think this circuit is done. Anything else for this circuit?
So, ma'am, final answer will be 5.325 volt, na?
Right. Okay, so I'll just move on to today's topic, which is very important. The starting of actual electrical circuit analysis, or calculating the voltages and currents in that, using that method. The laws, which are very inherent laws of basic electrical, that I'm going to start today, and those are the Kirchhoff's laws. If you have already heard about it, well and good. Kirchhoff's laws are the basic laws of DC circuits that are very closely related to the analysis, and we have to maintain the laws while making the problem solving solution. Now, I'll just go to. Is this visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So here we enter the first topic, the first one of the DC circuits, which are the main, uh, I should say, the main law for entering into any DC circuit. They are, apart from Ohm's law, obviously, are the Kirchhoff's laws. So Kirchhoff's laws, first let me just introduce Kirchhoff's laws. Was There are two Kirchhoff's law. There are KVL and KCL, Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. Now, Kirchhoff postulated these two basic laws back in 1845, where these laws were used in writing the network equations. These laws mainly concern with the algebraic sum of the voltages around a loop and currents entering or leaving a node. So we have the current law for the current and voltage law for the voltage. Voltage law is about the algebraic sum of the voltages around a loop, and current law is about entering or leaving the current in a node. Okay. So the word algebraic is used to indicate the summation that is carried out. So if you see the algebraic word, it actually means the summation that is carried out, taking into account the polarities of the voltages and also the direction of the currents. Now, while we will go in the current law and voltage law, we will have the circuit as a loop. As we see in a circuit, we will have a loop. Consider the circuit to be a loop. Okay, so that in that loop, we will take the voltage drops as positive and voltage rises as negative. Also, while considering the currents at a node, the currents entering the node will be taken as positive and those leaving the node will be taken as negative. Now, I am just describing this. The sign conventions will definitely, we will go on to that. Now, let us start with the Kirchhoff's current law. What is Kirchhoff's current law? Kirchhoff's current law states that the total current flowing towards the junction point is equal to the total current flowing away from the junction point. So if you have a junction point as it is shown in the diagram, see the junction point I have written in the diagram. In the figure, you see there is this junction point which is a node basically. Okay, so in that junction point, whatever the currents are entering and whatever the currents are leaving, the sum of the entering currents is equals to the sum of outgoing currents. The sum of incoming currents, with the arrows you can understand, arrows pointed inwards to the junction point is considered as inward current, and arrows pointing outward from the junction is known as outward or outflowing current. Okay, so entering current is inside arrow to the junction and outgoing current is outside arrow from the junction. Okay, so these summation of incoming and outgoing currents, their summation is equals to 0. That is what is stated in this statement or in this law, current law, Kirchhoff's current law. So we see this can be expressed in other words also. The first statement was the total current flowing towards the junction point is equals to the total current flowing away from that junction point. Or this can be also stated as the algebraic sum of all the current meeting at a junction is always equals to 0. Now this algebraic sum, whatever I told you, that the word algebraic sum is also always used to indicate the summation carried out taking the polarities and the sign conventions. Okay, polarities and the sign conventions. Now you see that the algebraic sum of all incoming currents and outgoing currents, in this figure I have applied the KCL. So you see I1 is inside, coming inside to that junction point. I2 is also coming inside to the junction point. I3 and I4 is going outside. So by applying the Kirchhoff's law, we can write I1 plus I2 minus I3 minus I4. Those which are outwards, they have the sign of minus, and those which are entering towards the junction, they are plus. So sum of currents which are entering is I1 plus I2, and sum of currents which are leaving is equals to I3 and I4. So I3 and I4, if we just come to the other side of the equation, then we can write I1 plus I2 equals to I3 plus I4, right? Is it clear to everyone?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Fine. So Kirchhoff's current law, have you heard or studied earlier about this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
fine.
We studied it.
So this Kirchhoff's current law, whatever the law is, our subject is about application and writing the network equation using these laws. Okay. So these laws, this is the current law, and this is the voltage law. Voltage law states what? It states that in any network, the algebraic sum of the voltage drops across the circuit elements of any closed path or loop or a mesh is equal to the algebraic sum of the EMFs in the path. Now, what is that? Suppose in a circuit you have a voltage source, and in series with that you have a resistance. So in the resistance, the voltage drop is IR, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So, and if you have the voltage supply, that is V or E EMF source, you can say. So that source is supplying to the passive element of resistance. So passive element of resistance, it is being dissipated and it is supplied by the positive or the active element, that is the voltage source. So V minus IR equals to 0 will be the equation, or the voltage both which is being supplied and both which is being dissipated or consumed, that also taken into consideration including the sign and the polarities, will have the equation of summation of V equals to 0. So around a closed path, summation of V or E you can write is equals to 0. So the another statement of Kirchhoff's voltage law states that the algebraic sum of all the branch voltages around any closed path or closed loop is always 0. So this is also understandable by all statement wise. Everyone clear with these two laws?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, second law, 1 second.
Voltage law, KVL.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Repeat once again.
Okay. So you consider, I'm just explaining first. You consider there is a voltage source, plus minus battery, as you know. Along with that, in series, you draw a resistance. Okay. So in the resistance, the voltage drop is IR, and the voltage drop is IR, but the supply voltage is V. So V and IR, the summation, algebraic summation of these two will be equals to 0. Okay, so this is about the Kirchhoff's voltage law, that in any network, the algebraic sum of the voltage drops across the circuit elements of any closed path is equals to algebraic sum of the EMFs in the path. Okay, I'll just let you know better about by drawing. I'll just draw a figure, then you will understand. I think current law is clear to you all, so I'll explain the voltage law.
Yes, ma'am. Current law is
Yes,
clear.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
ma'am.
So voltage law, I'll just go. Is this visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Just see whatever I'm showing in this. You have a voltage source. This may be a battery or anything. Okay. You have a voltage source. And along with that, you have a resistance. Resistance R, voltage V. Adi, please mute yourself. So the current flowing through this is I. Now, obviously, this should
I'm
be
not able to see figure properly.
now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You can.
Okay, so we can write as per our KVL application. Okay, as per KVL application, we can write, if this is a closed loop, suppose, and the voltage difference across this is this entire voltage difference across the resistance is V, small v. So we can write, first we will decide the polarity. If current is flowing through this direction, that means this is positive, this is negative. Always remember, whatever the current is flowing, current flows from positive potential to negative potential. So across a resistance, the voltage drop will be from plus to minus. Okay. So let us just now write down whatever according to KVL we should write. Okay. So according to KVL, our equation becomes V minus small v equals to 0. Is it understandable? Because this is active, it is producing, and resistance, this is passive, this is using this, the voltage is dropping across this. So we will take this as positive. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
So we can write this small v as v minus IR equals to 0.
Yes, ma'am.
if if our value is this. Now just like this, we can write other resistances, we can add up other resistances here as well. So this may be R1, this may be R2, this may be R3. So we can write them successively as V minus IR1 minus IR2 minus IR3 equals to 0. Right or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the algebraic sum of the voltage drops and EMFs to be equals to 0. So this is what we mean by KVL application. Understandable by all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now coming to a problem that we will do. So problems are something which are an integral part here. So I'll just So this is a circuit that we will start with first. We will apply KVL, and from KVL actually we can apply KVL using the loop analysis, and we can apply KCL by mesh analysis. So KVL or the loop analysis we are going to start today. This is the first problem that we are going to do. So here we have two voltage sources, and these three are the resistances of the passive elements. These two are active, these three are passive elements. So what we do is we just I'm writing the values. Please continue doing the sum along with me. Okay, so can you see the figure properly?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, please shift your camera a little bit of upward.
Now is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
If you have network issues, then it is not up to me. You should have a proper internet connection and network issues for having this, because everything else, many people are clear with this vision.
Ma'am, what are the values of upper two resistors?
4 ohm, 4 ohm.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So let me do one thing. If this is a problem, I'm sharing the problem with you. This you do, this is another problem. This you try to do in your homework. I'm sharing whatever is there in my scan copy. Just hold on to that while I present the PPT. Is this visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So you take down this problem. Consider the previous problem as not that you can do later. Just this problem you note down now. For now, we will do this problem. So what do we see, or what we have in this problem is that we have a 35 volt and a 40 volt supply voltages on the two sides. Okay. Along with that, we have three resistances, 3 ohm, 2 ohm, and 4 ohm. So what we will do first, as for KVL, we will be going on loop wise. So we will first mark the currents and polarities of the voltage drops. Okay. So what are the voltage drops? We will mark as, this is what our marking will be made as per the diagram. Mark the polarities and the voltage drops in the same circuit. How will you mark? Across the 3 ohm resistance, you give the polarities plus and minus. You can consider anything, but whatever you will consider, that should be as per the sign convention, or the currents should be flowing in that direction, the positive and negative. Obviously, because current flows from positive to negative side. So current I1 is flowing across the 3 ohm resistor. That is why plus and minus sign is given on the starting and ending of 3 ohm, because current is moving from the plus to minus side of the 3 ohm resistor. Next current that is flowing through the branch 2 ohm, that current also flows through the positive and negative polarities that are being marked. Now you can mark this polarity just on the basis of currents. If you take currents in that direction, then only you mark in this. I'll later explain that what would have happened that if we took the opposite polarities, means in case of plus minus, in place of plus we put minus, and in place of minus if we put plus in the resistances, then what would have been the polarities, how the currents would have flown. Because according to the KVL or KCL, if we solve the polarities, finally the currents that is being considered, after the calculation you will see the signs coming as positive or negative, means I is coming minus something or plus something based on the sign that you have taken. Okay, so we can write the polarities as like this shown. So I have taken that the polarities across the 2 ohm resistor to be plus and minus. If this is taken as plus or minus, then current flows to, means current I2 flows through the 2 ohm resistor. Again, the current that is already taken, I1 and I2 is already flows through the branches 3 ohm and I2 across 2 ohm. So across 4 ohm, whatever is going, that is I1 minus I2 we can take. So I1 and I1 minus I2 goes again from positive to negative sign of 4 ohm resistance. Then again there is the supply voltage of 40 volt, and then again the difference current, that is I1 minus I2, flows back. Okay, circuit you have taken down, this circuit and polarities and voltages you have taken down hopefully.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now what we do, we have named the terminals as A, B, C, D, E, F. You can see in the second diagram that we have drawn, we have named the circuit because we will apply the loop equations here, means the Kirchhoff's equations, KVL equations here. So writing the loop equation for loop 1. Loop 1 is the loop, as you can see from what should I say? The loop, see the loop A, B, C, F, A. You see A, B, C, F, A, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
A, B, C, A, B, C, F, A is one loop. Another loop is C, D, E, F, C. C, D, E, F, C is another
Yes,
loop.
ma'am.
Okay, these two are the two loops whose loop equations according to KVL we will write. So applying the KVL to the loops, we see A, B, C, F, A and C, D, E, F, C. The loop equations we write as 1 and 2. These two are the loop equations. Why? Because 35 volt in the loops A, B, C, F, A. The first equation is about A, B, C, F, A. So in A, B, C, F, A loop, we can write the equation as per KVL, which is V minus IR equals to 0 that I showed you. The algebraic sum of the voltages and the voltage drops and the EMFs is equals to 0. That equation we apply here in ABCFA. So in ABCFA, the equation goes as follows. 35, which is the active element, minus 3I1 in the first passive element, minus 2I2 in the second passive element, which is 2 ohm, is equals to 0. Another equation, which is CDEFC, in that we write the loop equation as, we can take the positive side also, but as per sign convention, whatever we have taken, we have written that only. So there we can write minus 4 I1 minus I2 minus 40 plus 2 I2 is equals to 0. Anyone having any confusion regarding these two equations?
Ma'am, why would we
No,
take
ma'am.
-4?
Second equation repeated.
Minus 4. Which is minus 4 you saw?
Ma'am, in
Ma'am,
Second
second
equation.
second
Second equation.
Second equation, ma'am. Second.
Second equation.
Please explain the sign convention again.
Sign convention, you see, whenever you are moving in one direction, okay, whenever you are moving in one direction, the elements that you are taking that are being added in the same direction. Minus 4, I1 minus I2. I1 minus I2 is the current that is being passed in 4 ohm resistance, right? In the same direction that we took for I1. So in the same direction it is passing on. That is why minus sign only, because we have already taken for 35 volt that as positive. That is why 40 volt will be minus, because it is the same but the exactly same direction it is going. Okay, I think the sign convention I'll just tell you once again. This is the sign convention of KVL. The current always flows from higher potential to lower potential. Hence, the polarity of the voltage drop across the resistances along the current direction is marked as positive to negative. While tracking the closed path for KVL, if we go from negative to positive, that voltage must be taken as positive or voltage rise. While tracking a closed path, if we go from positive mark to negative mark, which we are doing now only, that voltage must be taken as negative, and this is called voltage drop. Is it understood? As we have marked is at plus to minus. That is why we took at negative. This point. While tracking a closed path, if we go from positive mark terminal to negative mark terminal, that voltage must be taken as negative. This is called potential drop. And if you are tracing a closed path from for KVL, if we go from negative mark to positive marked, that voltage must be taken as positive. Now the sum of all the potential rises and the potential drops must be zero for a closed loop under consideration according to KVL. Now if there is any current source, which we are not handling now, we are mainly handling voltage source now. So if there is any current source in the network, then the complete current distribution considering the current source. But while applying KVL, the loops should not be considered involving current source. The loop equations must be written to those loops which do not include any current source. This is because drop across current source is unknown. So we are dealing with voltage source. So consider last point, you don't consider now in this case. Your main consideration will be sign convention, and the third point is our consideration for this problem. While tracking a closed path, if we go from positive mark terminal to negative mark terminal, that voltage must be taken as negative. So this is called the potential drop. Is it understandable by everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
So
Yes, ma'am.
now you understand why the sign here was taken and why
yes, ma'am.
why 35 volt is positive, because there we are completing the circuit there. So minus 2 plus we are moving for that, for the supply, the first one 35 volt, that is why it is plus. And the rest all are minus, because there we are moving from plus to minus. Understandable for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you solve for this equation. These two, if you solve, I have done it in short because I didn't do the calculation part. So if you solve these two, you will find the value of I1 and I2. But be very careful about the signs that I told you. Sign convention is the main thing. About the signs, be very careful. Okay. Now I will show you the same problem considering the different polarity. Means here what we did, here we considered the loop currents as going from I1 to I2. Means I1 side the voltage is being minus plus whatever 35 volt is there. So current is flowing through this direction. Now if suppose you took or you assumed the direction of the currents of the polarities to be entirely different, opposite or haphazard, any random currents you considered, you can consider that, but be careful about the sign conventions in that case. So we will see what happens there. So I did the same thing assuming this one. Here I considered the branch current I2 to be opposite. You see I have put minus plus the whatever the sign is there in the branch I2, means for resistance 2 ohm. Here I have taken the opposite, minus and plus. Earlier I took it as plus and minus, the branch current I2. Plus is on the top side, on the bottom it was minus. Here I have put minus in the upward or on the top, and the bottom it is plus. I have considered opposite direction of current. Now I have solved the equation in the same way. And I have got same result, only the value of I1, I2, I3. We get I2 as just minus of the value that I got earlier. Earlier what I got the value of I2? I2 was 10 ampere earlier I got, right? Now considering the opposite sign, I just did the same problem, same thing. I got I2 as minus 10. Earlier it was plus 10, I minus 10. The same thing, only the sign matters according to the sign convention that you do. Is it understandable? Please raise question.
Excuse me,
Anyone?
ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, please can you go to that circuit where you showed the sign convention?
Sign convention?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
This one.
No, ma'am, circuit, that diagram, ma'am.
This one?
Yes, ma'am. In this, the loop CDEF, ma'am,
CDE. Huh.
yes, ma'am. In that CDEF, for I2 minus I1, we take as minus 4. Ma'am, does it depend on the direction of KVL that we are applying or the current
Right.
flow?
Right. No, current flow. See, we can consider across the 4 ohm resistance, I have taken plus in the starting of 4 ohm, minus in the ending of 4 ohm. That if I took minus and plus, the current was reversed in the reverse direction. It would have been. Understood. Means I1 minus I2 would have been in the reverse direction.
Yes, ma'am,
Means
I got that, but for 4 ohm, it is plus and minus, right?
I'll just draw and show you. It's a better thing. I don't know whether the camera will be visible or not, but I'll just draw and show you. That will be better. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
See, I can take, since this was 35, this was 40, and this was R1, R2, R3, whatever. This was, I think, 3, 4, and 2. Now currents are not given in this circuit. We can consider the currents as this also or as this also. Based upon the current, we will decide it as plus minus. If we consider current to be flowing like this direction of current, if we consider, then it is plus, this is minus. And if we considered this as the direction, means from here to here, then I would write this as plus and this as minus. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
We can assume anything, but that should be in reference with the current. Whatever current I am assuming in this direction, then if current from here to here, this direction it is flowing, this will be positive, this will be negative. And if we consider current as this, then this is positive, this is negative. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Current we take like this, but voltage is taken as minus IR for this case. For this case. Correct? Please clear this concept. I am writing it again. Understand this. If I have a voltage, a current, okay, this is IR, suppose V equals to IR, this is V. Then if we take this as plus minus, means current is flowing like this, then the current is positive, okay, means plus to minus, and the equation becomes as V minus IR, or small v we can write, equals to 0. Okay, and if I take this as this side or negative, means this is plus, this is minus, then this will be plus. Understood?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes,
Excuse me,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, any other question? Any other question by anyone?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, so if the current is flowing in one direction like plus minus, and we
Yes.
consider KVL in the opposite direction, then we consider voltage as negative, right?
Right, right. That is what I
Okay.
told.
Yes, ma'am. got it.
Okay. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? I will obviously share the link of this recorded class and also the PDF. But for the concept wise, you can see this video or read the sign convention and the problem that I have done. And I'll give you a similar problem with different values. Try solving that and you just check the answers with me. I'll share the problem with you later. Don't worry. So that the basic thing is clear. Okay. So for today's class, I think this is enough. I'll leave it because you need some time to absorb this problem and also the laws, the basic concepts, the sign conventions, the polarities, the current directions need. So study this well. Okay. I will give you the examples and a sample problem also. Okay. So everyone, I am just leaving this meeting. You can also leave. Thank you for everyone for the participation and class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.